Hi, great people. The reason why I call you great is because there's greatness in you. And this is Business Debut, the voice of hope. Today we're discussing, in the last episode we talked about imports. And today we want to discuss exports. Because there's a great opportunity in the export market in Kenya. And sometimes us Kenyans don't take advantage of that. Imagine you say that Kenya is a net importer, so we import more than we export. But the growth of this economy entirely depends on export. If we export more, and then we'll get more dollars into the country, and of course we'll not have a lot of challenges. Remember, people like China, India, and the US, the one thing they do very well is export. A lot of things they export abroad, and they make a lot of money from exports. And Kenyans should also do the same. So there's an incentive that sometimes we don't take advantage of as Kenyans, and I'd like to introduce that today. So if we talked about imports in the previous episode, now I want to talk about exports. Now, there's something called Export Processing Zone. Export Processing Zone is a zone that is carved out by counties to encourage exports. Now, these are the benefits of being in an export processing zone. You can get a foreigner. Let me backtrack. There's an opportunity in this market for partnerships. And I said now, during this Corona season, it's very easy we are always on Zoom talking to people abroad. But there's a great opportunity if you're able to talk to some people to encourage them to come into the country. Let me give you a case in point. If, for example, you're interested in manufacturing of, let's say, motorbikes. For example, right now, we have tons and tons of motorbikes in the country. If you want to manufacture motorbikes in Kenya, you look for a company in, for example, India or China, and discuss with them on the opportunity for them to come to the country. These are the things you tell them. One, you can invest in the country 100% as a foreign investor. You don't have to have a shareholder in Kenya, but you can also have me as a shareholder. That's one. Two, you can also when you come to the country, you'll get 10 years tax holiday. Can you imagine 10 years tax holiday? That KRA will not hit your door asking for taxes for 10 years. Yeah. Anything, you'll have exemption for duty and VAT. So let me just draw the picture so you see. I've put a factory for assembling of motorbikes in Kenya. All right. So I assemble motorbikes. I bring spares from India or from China. So one, I don't pay duty. I don't pay VAT. All right. I set up a factory. Maybe the factory is costing maybe 10 million. For example, I've just given them 10 million. Or I lease a warehouse in EPZ. It's costing X amount of money. Now all those costs are put into my P&L, and I don't pay taxes for 10 years. 10 years. Yeah, that's one benefit. Now, to bring expertise from, like, for example, if China, you bring them, your staff here who have knowledge on assembling of those motorbikes and stuff like that. You bring them here, you will not be charged. They'll be given permits because they're in the EPZ zone. Yeah, that's a benefit. So you're bringing foreign knowledge, technology into the country, or talent into the country to build motorbikes for you here, and you start exporting them, maybe to Uganda, to Tanzania, to Burundi, where there is a serious need for, there's a serious consumption, yeah, of motorbikes and stuff. So I'm just giving you a case example point. Now, so tax holiday. Now the other thing is once you come in, if you have built a building for the next 40 years, that building you can deduct 2.5% tax deduction. That's allowable. Yeah, for 40 years. So first 10 years tax holiday. You don't pay duty, you don't pay VAT. There's no stamp duty. Yeah. And even as a Kenyan, the other thing you could do, you could even go and, even if you're doing, let's say, honey, exporting honey, you go and set up a desk at EPZ. EPZ, they have a place, like a small place for people, for SMEs. You go and set up a desk and start exporting coffee, even to Uganda. You get exemptions. You don't have restrictions with customs. Those are things that you need to take advantage of. So the critical part is, when you're talking to people or foreigners, you encourage them to partner with them and give them those benefits of being part of investing in the export processing zone, because it's a kicker, man. So when you export for free, you don't have taxes that you're paying taxes. It's amazing. So, and then the other thing you benefit from that is that you can remit all your profits abroad. So nobody's going to give you a problem for the next 10 years. That foreigner will, if whatever profit they make, they can remit abroad. So there's a whole benefit of working in the EPZ in Kenya. So those are the benefits. Now, for you as a, and this is what I keep saying, you as a Kenyan, the idea here is to be able to encourage the people you know, because you know nowadays a Zoom, whether it's a Google Meet or Facebook or Twitter, you are talking to people outside. Talk to them about bringing things here. Anything you import. In fact, I usually say the people who import things from abroad, your next level should be talking to those people who you import from to tell them set up sites in Kenya. You set up a site in Kenya, and then when you set up a site in Kenya, now you start importing. And remember, also another benefit the government has given EPZ, that 20% of those products can also be brought into the country, 20%, but the 80% has to be exported abroad. So you can still be selling your products here in Kenya and still selling abroad. So if you've been importing, for example, a lot of stuff, encourage those people to set up factories here in Kenya. I was just talking about, like, for example, suits. We get a lot of things from China. Guys buy suits, stuff like that. Now, instead of telling them to manufacture in China, why can't they come and set up a factory in Kenya and start manufacturing? And they'll have the whole of Africa to be exporting to. So those are the things we need to look at and look at the opportunities, because we need to increase our foreign currency. The other thing is, remember, we have AGOA. Kenya and US have a treaty that anything exported into US for a certain period, we don't pay duty, we don't pay taxes. Now, what you need to do, bring those Indians, bring those Chinese here, let them set up factories here, and then they can export to US as long as a certain percentage of that product is has added value. The values are actually we have put labor in it, then you can export. The opportunities are endless. So we need to be able to encourage us as Kenyans to do more to grow our economy. Yeah. What are the challenges, of course, of being in the EPZ zone? One of the biggest challenges we face in Kenya is power. Power is a big problem because of course, power outage. We have an issue of expense. Power, electricity is very expensive, and I think government is working towards that. And of course, we can deal with that challenge by setting up solar panels. Like I see what some companies are doing right now. They're selling solar panels in the factory so that they reduce that issue. Of course, the other challenge that you'll face in this country is labor issues. Because like now in the EPZ, you'll employ very many Kenyans. So labor, Kinatoli will be coming for you because they want to make sure that you're giving people proper, good salaries. But the opportunity is endless. So the other thing is, of course, skilled labor. We have a challenge because sometimes, of course, if you want to assemble cars here now, you need to get those guys to come here. They're probably very expensive to paying them. Their salaries is a bit high, but it's okay. And then imagine even the residential, where they stay, you get a deduction of 25% tax deduction. I mean, value. So the opportunities are endless. So EPZ is a place to be. If you want to set up, you'd rather be. And then I was saying that imagine we export a lot of coffee and tea abroad, raw. Why don't set up a brewing factory in EPZ as a Kenyan? Get value and build your brand and start selling abroad. Yeah. So we need to take advantage of the EPZ zone as a country so that we can be able to grow our economy. We can increase our remittances here and create employment. So I hope that has been helpful. Once again, my name is Anthony Njoroge Jenga. This is Business Debut, the voice of hope. And remember, the only thing we do this is to be able to train you, teach you, and equip you to become a better citizen. Thank you, and God bless.